The New South Wales Government has today announced a flexible model for Year 12 students in order to complete their HSC. Students from 8 high-risk LGAs in Sydney will not be returning for face-to-face learning until further notice, and trials will be conducted from home. Joining me live now is Will Glen, a Year 12 student from Blaxland High School, who is part of organising a petition to stop school returning before it is safe. Thanks for your time. Can I just get your view on why you believe this should happen? Why are you asking people to sign this petition?
Well, I think it's all about prioritising public health over exams. The attitude of the government so far kind of shows their disregard for the health of students, teachers, and also the wider community. It's really kind of outrageous that they've decided to prioritise the HSC exams over public health. But it is true that rolling back students in the areas most heavily affected by COVID is a good step forward. It is not enough to keep the community safe, but it is a step in the right direction.
You say that there isn't a priority on health. The government's still working through on exactly what a plan will be on returning to school. Shouldn't you be waiting to see what it is? And do you have any faith that, the health experts that are doing this, that are drawing up the plan, are doing so with health in mind?
Well, I can certainly say that the doctors may be, but they are under direction of the New South Wales government, which there is no real way of returning students to school safely with any large amount of COVID in the air. I mean, look at Brisbane, where schools have become a hotspot. The main thing is that it is not safe to return schools now. It will not be safe in the foreseeable future until cases go down drastically. And students need a clear and concise and not confusing direction to go.
Okay, when you say not safe though, if we do see vaccination rates of in particular Year 12 students, this is the new focus from the state government, get students vaccinated. At that point, given a vaccination rate that, let's see where it's at, maybe we can get 80% of HSC students pretty quickly, and the fact that in a general rule, very few young people get sick. Isn't that a pretty safe environment and a very important Year 12 that people want to get back to?
Well, if that situation occurs in every New South Wales school, not just the most heavily affected areas, because there have been cases outside the LGAs that are most heavily affected, and it only takes one case in a school to shut down the whole school. If that does occur, then we may be able to send students back to school to do the HSC if it is fair to do so. But currently, there is no plan for 80% to be the target. It's a vague target of safe. And still, public health is the priority, and it should be clear and concise that that is the priority. So unless it is absolutely certain that it is completely safe in schools with an 80% vaccination rate entirely across the whole community, not just in schools, because schools interact with the whole community on public transport and going to and leaving school in other ways, then we cannot return students to school.
All right, well, we'll see perhaps what vaccination is and perhaps keep track of the petition. Might touch base again later. Will Glen, thanks for your time.